This is the Religious Exploration Building. It was originally erected in the 1960s. PBUUC was always meant to have two buildings in the complex, but they didn't have enough money to build both buildings at once, so the people who were involved at the time decided that it was more important to build a building devoted to the education of their children than to build, and they made that a top priority. And for many years they used to hold services in the Religious Exploration Building until the meeting house was built in the early 90s. Let's go inside. Here we are in a typical religious exploration classroom. Religious exploration classes for children and teenagers are generally held every Sunday starting at 10 a.m. This sign talks about the geothermal system that heats and cools the Religious Exploration Building. Way back in the early 2000s, this building caught on fire. While no one died, we did sustain property damage, but while we were rebuilding, we decided, hey, let's make it more environmentally friendly. So now we have a geothermal system. And here's a close-up. It's the Kelly Room, where for many years it served as a worship area for PBUUC while we were trying to get the money together to build the meeting house. It's still where a lot of larger events are held, but there are small, some of the larger events, although increasingly more of the larger events are being held in the meeting house worship area itself. But it's a really nice room and stuff. And here's the fireplace. Here's a view of the windows from the Kelly Room that overlooks our wooded area. Oh, and this thing here is a divider. It can divide the Kelly area into two smaller rooms. If this is the church office where the ministers, the bookkeeper, and the church administrator have desks. from the Kelly room, we have the hospitality room, which is like, you know, has mostly kitchen facilities. Yeah, it makes a nice homey feel. On to the second floor. And as you can see, we're on the second floor of the Religious Exploration Building, which is basically, we have a couple more classrooms and a little lobby. Okay, let's cross over the other side. And this is one of the classrooms on the lower level. And here's the youth room that's used by the teens at our congregation. It has a much more homey feel than the typical classroom. And they even have their own bathroom, in fact. When we had the fire a few years ago, it was the teens who helped decorate the room, so it gives it a very nice, you know, homey feeling. And they even have a gorilla in the room.